Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty. Today we're going to talk about anxiety and autism. As you know, I do have autism, and I also have anxiety. And as such, I've been struggling with anxiety for a long time, and it prevents me sometimes from doing new things, or things that are, that are changed or different. It can be a very different experience. It can be a hard thing for me to experience an anxiety laden moment or change. So there's things that cause anxiety for us, like being late. I always worry about being late, or something as silly as not even understanding a joke or that others find funny. Um, it's irrational in a way, and it can be difficult to understand. Um, you know, it's hard because it causes stress and anxiety with everyday life situations, and most people know how to cope. There are people who learn how to cope with anxiety, and it has very little impact on them. But others, such as individuals on the spectrum, it can cripple how I feel, and it does. It cripples how I feel all the time. It's not, it can get to the point where it ruminates within itself, and it's just the only thing I can think of, and there's nothing you can change about it. It can be very difficult, very very challenging. So it's very very hard, especially with the unstructured time. So, like when you're waiting to go somewhere, or when you're in a place where you're not really engaged, or you're sitting on a vehicle. Like for me, for waiting for the van in the morning, or waiting for my mother to pick me up, or riding the bus, or before or after something starts, transition time, place to place, person to person. Lunchtime is hard if I don't have somebody to talk to. Things like that. So that could be one thing. Also, understanding what to do when I have to learn something new at work, or something new at a day program. Understanding what to do and how to do it, that can be a challenge as well. Being having to learn how to break down tasks or do something different. That could be something hard. Writing is a challenge as well. Reading can ironically be a challenge. Organizing things is always a challenge. Um, Having to do things, that require skill, or require us to act in a way, like a presentation, or talking to somebody. So that could be one thing. Sensory issues are also another big factor when it comes to anxiety and autism. They can be anywhere, such as a crowd, and when it's too crowded, I've learned that I've needed to cut back on some days because of going to day program, because on some days it gets too crowded and I need my space. The space can be too large, or it can be too crowded, too bright, too loud, too smelly. Sounds and noise related to that, or a natural disaster, or smells such as cafeterias, restrooms, cleaning materials, markers, paints, colognes, food. If I'm not having my normal food, I don't like food that doesn't has a normal thing. Haircuts can be a challenge for some, but I don't have a problem with haircut because I have the same stylist for the past 17, 18 years, and we work well together. Um, you know, Dental or medical issues. I haven't gone to a dentist in 4 years. I'm not proud of that, and I know I need to go. And there's one right around the corner, but I just can't make the appointment. It just hurts. Showers, bathing. I've spoken of showers, and many times, where they hurt the body, and it's getting better. Um, I'm glad it is getting better. Clothing can be an issue as always, or brushing teeth is always a sensory issue. Social issues, social situations can be an issue as well, such as novel events when they're unplanned and unannounced, like a fire drill or something. Changes in plans when your routine is interrupted, or your family plans have changed. Adjusting personal interests that clash with class and clash with family plans. Outdoor activities are hard because you don't know what the weather's going to be. Um, s- Gatherings like assemblies or family gatherings, um, interacting with young children. It can be a challenge sometimes for me to interact with a young child because they're very loud, boisterous, and they're unpredictable. Or even initiating a conversation. Some routines, are hard. Such as getting ready for something. That can be a challenge. Getting ready for bed is a challenge as well for me. Doing chores can be a challenge. It could be very good, but very hard. It can be very hard to manage those things. So I'm working on it. I'm working with my irrational fears as well. It can be a challenge, with doing things like bettering yourself. It can be it's just challenging because you know there's just so many things with catastrophizing that are difficult too. So with that, I thank you as always. Like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, and TikTok. I thank you and have a nice day.